Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. So I recently made a road trip to New England and I visited many interesting locations that I will be sharing with you in future videos. For this video, I will be showing you a few places that were too small for their own videos, but were still pretty cool anyway. First up, we have an abandoned Ames in Seabrook, New Hampshire. Alright, so we're in Seabrook, New Hampshire, and we have an old Ames with the sign still up. Now, Ames went defunct, I want to say like 2000, 2001. So this has been sitting here closed for close to 25 years. Let's get a look at that sign. Very cool. I don't know how much we're going to be able to see in here, but we're gonna give it a try. I don't know if you can see that. Nah, I can't really see much of anything. So it's all boarded up. It looks like somebody may have tried to smash their way into this. And this whole section of the shopping center is all abandoned. Down on the end there is a market basket. And so from what I've heard, they're going to demolish this entire shopping center and redevelop it. Market Basket actually has another location just like a few miles down the road. So there's no need to have two in such close proximity to one another. So kind of a bummer we couldn't get a good look inside, but hey, it's still pretty cool looking to see an old Ames sign still hanging up all these years later after the company's gone under. We have 4 or 5 other retail spots down here. Look at this old Camel ad. And all this crap in here. I don't even know what all that is. So does that say Rick's? I'm not familiar with that name. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Looks like all kinds of old fixtures and stuff back in there. Yeah, so this must have been Rick's, whatever that was. And I think this was a liquor store here. But it's kind of cool to see these like sort of orange panels here. Kind of a mid-century look. Let's see if I can give you the view. We have more of these cool colored panels. Let's see if I can get a look up in this one. I don't know. Look at this old bank deposit box. That's very impressive. Oh, check out these blinds. That's kind of neat. Oh, and what is this? There's actually a logo carved into the wood. I don't recognize that logo, but that's really cool and unique. All right, one more. So I'm pretty sure this was a bank. I don't even know what we're seeing because I'm reaching as far as I can go with my arm. And this is an old Market Basket, and we can look up here. These are actually neon lights they have. And I was here at night just a few nights ago, and I got some really good pictures of it. I'll show you those in a second. Hello everyone, I am in Laconia, New Hampshire to see what remains of the Belknap Mall. Now this was a smaller mall that opened up in 1973 and it's been redeveloped several times in its lifespan. Right now it looks mostly like a modern strip mall, but there is still a small enclosed portion that still has that old school look to it. We're gonna go check that out. Come with me, let's go check out the Belknap Mall. So it certainly doesn't look like an old school mall. In fact, looking at the outside, you wouldn't even guess that there's an enclosed section on it. So it looks like there's a full pickleball court here. That's a sign that something's been gentrified for sure. I had thought that this mall was a lot more dead, and I was expecting to come in here and find it empty, but it looks like they've redeveloped it. There's all kinds of new stores in here. It really looks more like a modern shopping center now. The only thing that's really left is this old tile. Up ahead here, we got these cool mirrored columns. But other than that, looks like they've really updated this place. So I'm a little disappointed. I was kind of hoping to come and find an old time capsule, but it's still pretty cool. Kind of got a nice vibe here. We got these real plants and these old benches. And we can look down here and we can kind of envision that it used to be an old school dead mall. But it's a good thing that it's being redeveloped and getting a second shot at life. If we see here, we have new businesses opening up. We have an active hair salon, mattress firm. Over here we have, it's not Boot Barn, but it's kind of like a Boot Barn. Let's look here at this beautiful tile that they have on the floor. So now I like old benches like this one. I don't like these new benches they have here, which are sort of made out of this plastic composite. I don't know. It's just very ugly and uninviting to me. But, it's what they chose to put here. Now, if we look here, we have this new tile work, which is sort of like this gray tile with a fake wood accent. I don't like that. I much prefer the old tile that sort of has like these pastel tones to it. That's old school mall. I like seeing that. Here we have the directory, and it's still in this cool wood grain box here. So I'm a little bummed out. I kind of misfired on this one. I thought this was going to be kind of an old school dead mall. So I'm disappointed I didn't get to see that, but at the same time, I'm glad to see that they are reusing this space and that it is thriving and that there are businesses doing well in it. So that's the Belknap Mall. Hey everyone, I'm in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, and we're about to see the Apex Pyramid. Now, this was a building built in 1969 for the Apex department store chain. Apex was a small chain. I think there was only 3 locations total. The one behind me here, it closed in 2001, and it sat abandoned for some time. But it's a really unique architectural building. It looks like a pyramid. It's really cool. Looks like it's straight out of the 60s. We're going to go check it out. And here we are at the former Apex department store, and we can see up on top that stepped pyramid design. Very unique, very 1970s style. And let's go take a little closer walk to this place. Very cool how these columns and this design here. Again, just a very, very retro looking building. And look at these cool light fixtures they have up here. So I am not sure if this is entirely abandoned. I do see some folks working down on that end there. So I don't know how close I'm going to go to it. You can see somebody tried to smash the window. I think this might be in use by some organization as like storage now. If we look inside there, looks like they have pallets of stuff just staged here, and it looks like they've gutted out most of the stuff in there. So I think they're just kind of using this as like a warehouse. We got that old no smoking sign. We'll take a walk and see what we can see here. What a beautiful building. This must have been really cool back in the day. Over here, we have a very prominent label scar on the side of the building. Just look at that. So it looks like they're doing some renovations or something down here. And I see signs saying keep out private property. I don't know if there's anybody around who might yell at me, but I'm gonna take a little walk over here and check it out. Okay, yeah, so I think there's a non-profit organization using this place, and I guess they're just kind of using it for, you know, storing their stuff. Just basically turn this place into a warehouse. So at least something useful has become of it. Yeah, all kinds of stuff in there. Well, at least some good has come out of it. And one thing that I really do love and appreciate are these globe street lights. They're just very beautiful and old school. And if you look at that, you can even see like the support kind of has like a little bit of a flare towards the top. Just those little details that they put into things back then that you don't see anymore. And you can like really see it here on this one, how it's like sort of flared out. We can walk around to the front side of the building and see more of that great 1960s, 1970s style architecture. Let's take a walk up here. You can see those cool recessed lights up there on this awning. Now over here, I think, was some sort of restaurant. We'll take a look at that. Over here is the main entrance. So it looks like we had some of those like street banners right here. Oh yeah, this was a restaurant. Still see all the lighting fixtures and that cool vintage tile floor. Very neat. And last is this Burger King I stopped at in Saugus, Massachusetts. Whenever I see one of these old Burger Kings with the blue roof, I have to stop and check it out. Usually that means that they haven't updated the interior, and this particular one looked like it was still stuck in the 90s. You really have to appreciate that places like this tried to create a nice vibe. Food places today, they're just very minimalist and they're very harsh to be in, but places like this, they just feel very warm and homey. You gotta love those old booths. And when was the last time you saw curtains like those in a Burger King of all places? And I have to say, this was the cleanest and nicest Burger King I have ever been in. And I had the place all to myself, which was really nice. And I really love these stock art pieces that have been faded from sitting in the sun for so long. And do you remember these wood grain floor tiles? Just seeing that takes me back to being a kid again. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a bit of a random one. I just spent a week road tripping around New England. I visited 5 states. I got some really good stuff to show you, so be sure to stay tuned to the channel for that. I will catch you in the next video. Bye.